Heroes, gather tribute and earn my favor.
What the fuck was that?
All right. And welcome to episode 92 of the Gankbush podcast, the only explicit Heroes of the Storm podcast where all the different co-hosts represent different play levels. We have someone all the way as low as a silver type player all the way up to a Grandmaster level player. Each week we bring you the latest hot news and discuss the latest tips and strategies so that you can become a better player. Let's go ahead and introduce our the guy who wants to have a threesome. That's Old Backpack, who's calling in from Abu Dhabi.
I do? Who doesn't, right? Do we all want threesomes?
All right, let's go
about that beforehand.
All right, let's go ahead and introduce our master level player. That's Scott, who's calling in from San Francisco, California.
Hey, what's up?
Do you want to have a threesome too, Scott?
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as it's with two women and me.
Yeah, well said.
Oh man, missed up. I think Matt was offering, Scott.
Yeah.
You missed out.
We're nearby,
Yeah,
after all.
Sorry.
You guys live in the same house.
All right, let's go ahead and introduce our silver type player. That is Tara Baron, who's calling in from San Diego, California.
Just like to say it's good to see another gold type player on the show. It's good to be here in the Nexus.
All right, let's go ahead and introduce our Grandmaster level player. That is Bacon, who's calling in from Buford, Georgia.
Hey, it's good to be in the Nexus. I finished my placements, went as expected, Masters 1000, and then I also have a little surprise for you guys. Remember last show, we were talking about Diva's drink. It was called Sodu, which combines soju and Mountain Dew Code Red.
Oh.
Oh,
it's there.
Oh, is somebody gonna be drinking some soda tonight?
Yeah. Yeah, hold on. Let me get it ready, and then I'll tell you guys how it is.
All right, well, as Bacon's getting that ready, let's go ahead. We actually have a special co-host this week. That is Bahgz from the Troll and HUC and the
With
Weekly
the Cool
Biz
Ranch Doritos.
podcast.
I also
How's it
bought
going,
the
Bahgz?
recommended Cool Ranch Doritos.
Oh, okay. We totally just stomped on Bahgz' intro.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My
All
bad.
right, so how's it going, Bahgz?
What up, guys? It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thank you for lowering your standards and joining us this week. Again.
The same phrase every time, Fringe.
Backpack's
Everyone's
favorite
always lowering their
line.
standards.
So Bahgz, for the people who don't know about the Troll and HUC and the Weekly Blizz, fill in the listener about those podcasts.
Okay. Wednesday nights at 9:30. Typically, I record Trolling HCC with my co-host Liquid. Tonight we're not doing that, so here I am. That's a show about Heroes Esports specifically. We don't really go over patch notes or anything like that. We just cover what's happening in the esports community, whether it be the amateur scene or the pro scene. This past week was GCWC, so we've got a lot to talk about with that. We'll be doing that tomorrow night, now at 8. We try and get a lot of different guests on the show every week if we can. We've had pro coaches, players, managers, owners. Say less professional, but more of a little bit of a less professional show. Guaz and I go way back, so it's a lot of kind of like ribbing each other and like more sports radio-y where we kind of bicker back and forth. So if that you're into that and listening to two old friends kind of debate and make fun of each other over stupid opinions, that's the show for you. As long as you enjoy Blizzard Esports as well. We don't record that live on Twitch though. That's audio only.
So by professionalism, is it more or less professional than our show?
Or
is it about the same?
Oh, he's gonna lie.
It's about the same. We're gonna say about the same.
Oh, okay. All right, Bacon. What do you got there?
Cheers.
You all see his face when he had some.
Is it good?
It's all right.
Sounds like that means bad.
Soju is a good mixer because it's not really strong. So I mostly taste Mountain Dew.
Well, you gotta add some more alcohol then.
It's half and half right now.
Straight up soju with like a splash of the code red just to like give it a little color.
I mean, that's almost where it's at right now. It's 1-1 right now.
All right.
I go like
Well, yeah.
5-1 soju.
So also, if you want to find the Trolls HUC podcast, go to trolls.gg and you'll find links to the show there. Just FYI on that. Okay, let's do the housekeeping. So if you listen to us on Stitcher and or iTunes, please leave us a review and or subscribe to the show. If you have any friends who play the game and like podcasts, please spread the word about the show. Also, you can find us in BNet in the chat or the channel. That's what it is. The channel. Wintime, one word. Wintime. Also, you can find us in Discord. If you have any emails, please email us at podcast@gankbushsquad.com. Also, we have a Patreon. If you go to patreon.com and just /gankbushsquad, you can find us there. If you want to give us a little bit of a tip, that'd be great. Also, we have a YouTube channel where we post highlights of the show as well, post game replays. The last one we did was a 4v4 tank-only match where we had a wind-timer cast it, and we also had other wind-timers participate, so that was a lot of fun. Also, you can find links to all the aforementioned content hubs as well as the podcast at gankbushsquad.com, as well as links to the music we use for the show. This week we have a band called Japanese Breakfast, and it's funny and ironic because the woman is Korean who sings in it. But the band came from a wind-timer. For those of you who may know, it came from Jigglypuff. So they're being featured on this show this week, and also they're going to be on tour. They're going to be doing a nationwide tour starting in February. So please check them out. And yeah, I think that's it. So we actually have a good show for you. We're going to talk about some other housekeeping with the Chair League team, as well as me streaming my Twitch games, as well as talking about other stuff, as well as how the MMR got fucked up with this latest patch. And we're going to talk about the new stuff, such as the camera, stealth changes, map objectives, and the merc camps. Then we're going to do a deeper dive into things you should do if you want to level out of your current league. So if you're in silver and you want to get the gold, we'll have tips for that, and from plat to diamond and so forth. And are we doing the Battlefield of Eternity thing? And it's highlighted yellow, so I don't know if we're doing it.
Yeah, I have them ready.
Okay, so we're going to do another team fight analysis on BOE, and then we'll do a draft analysis segment, and then we're going to and then that's about it, because we have to do a short show today because I have someone coming over in about an hour and a half. So
a lady friend.
Ooh.
yeah.
All
So
right.
Talking about threesomes, he's trying to go for a twosome.
what?
I know, right?
You guys are crazy.
Step one to get into a threesome.
Gotta have two.
Step one is find Scott. Step two is find a lady.
No. I'll pass on that one.
Okay, so also we also stream every Wednesday, it seems like, on Twitch. But anyway, okay, so Chair League. I wanted to create a Chair League team, and we actually got some emails about that. I think we have 3. So if we get to 7 people, then we can create an official Gankbush Squad team, And again, we're not. Some people think that I'm trolling when I say this. I actually am serious about wanting to create a team here. So the idea is to play Monday nights, and if we get 7, that way we can always play, even if a couple of people can't come due to life issues. So if you're interested in playing, please email us at podcast@gankbushsquad.com, and you can, no matter what your play level is, if you're a bronze 5, it's all good. We'll all work together. And
Can I play?
anyway, moving on. All right. So another thing is that next Wednesday, on the 20th of December, I'm going to create a post on Reddit where it just talks about promoting the show, because a lot of you have said, "Oh, you should totally promote the show more." And in the past, I've tried doing that before, and no one ever does anything with it. So what we're going to do is that on the 20th, probably in the morning, I'm going to create a post, and I'm going to link out to the post in the Discord as well as on Twitter. And if you listen to the show, please go to Reddit and give it a +1 or a thumbs up or whatever the fuck. Yeah, an upvote. And we're going to try to promote the show and try to get it bigger. And for those of you who don't want to download iTunes, this is your opportunity to help the show. It's really simple. You just go log in and just upvote us, and hopefully leave us a comment. And yeah, so again, please do that on the 20th of December. Again, it will be linked out on the Discord as well as the Twitter account. And that note also applies to all the hosts on the show, by the way, not just the listeners. So, all right, lastly, I feel like I've been talking forever, but lastly, the Fringe Average stream is coming. It's going to probably either be January 4th or January 11th. Those are both Thursday nights, because according to the survey, everyone wants Thursday nights. That was the most popular day, and they all wanted to do it at night. So we're going to do it probably on one of those 2 days, and it's going to start at around 6:30 Pacific, maybe 6 o'clock Pacific. So if you want to set your calendars,
It's like this big event.
Are you planning on trying to get all 10 games in one sitting?
no, it's going to be 5. So everyone wanted at least 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 nights. So it's going to be the 4th, the one night, and then the 11th, the other, or it could be like the 11th and the 18th. I don't know yet, but it's going to be a Thursday night. So there you go. We have a date set. And yeah, so there you go. If you want to see someone, well, actually, with the current MMR, I may actually end up in Plat. Who knows? But let's move on. Actually, that's a good transition.
No, hold on. So last week we had 10 win timers in win time, and we had some fun custom games. And that's where we had the all warrior team fight, where we had Fringe, tank a diva bomb in the face because he wanted to. And so we said, hey, let's have this every week. And Ganjadun said, okay, let's have the Friday Feed Fest. So on Friday nights, starting now at 7 o'clock, we're trying to get a Friday Feed Fest of custom games of players. So if you want to come join the Gankbush squad and play with us and have some fun games, join us on Friday nights at 7 p.m. That's going to be our time to, have some fun competition amongst all you guys. You can watch Fringe do his Fringe things.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yep.
Oh, and by the way,
All
when
right, well,
Fringe starts streaming, I'll do a restream while I invite people onto the stream, and then we can make fun of Matt.
analysis. Nice.
No
Yeah,
analysis.
Well, the
Criticism.
analysis is making fun of him and how
Yeah.
bad he is.
The only thing we'll be analyzing is our jokes about his play.
Oh,
That
man.
sounds awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
What you need to do, when he starts streaming, is those weeks, the opening and closing. You gotta have clips of him just making bad plays.
Oh, don't you worry
Well,
about that.
it's-
I have all these trailers, teaser trailers, and
Slow motion videos.
yeah, montages, failtages, compilations.
Awesome.
They'll be ready.
God.
You can watch how many camps he gets in every game.
Hey, actually, those camps are way more powerful now. So
Okay.
That's why.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
you
true.
Got a stutter step now to take the giant camp.
not if you're Sonya
That's the only camp you can't get.
or Gazlo. You don't have to do that for Gazlo. Robo Goblin. All right. So let's go on to the show. So apparently, a patch came out on Tuesday. It's Heroes 2.1 or 3.0, whatever it is you want to call it. Either way, it's a new way to play the game. And the biggest change was, in my view, was the MMR, personal MMR changing. And apparently it's fucked up. So Bacon, what did you want to like take this on? Because you were playing Hero League yesterday.
Yeah, so there are a few things odd with it, and Blizzard already posted something on their forums with an answer, so I'll get to that after the story. But the first 5 games I've played, half were Masters players the previous season, and the other half were like gold to plat.
Huh.
And it was weird. And in one of the games, there was a Grandmaster rank 8 last season on my team, along with me, which was about high master, low Grandmaster. And then there was a Plat 2 player, and he was banning over the Grandmaster 8. So something was wrong. And he played exactly how you'd expect, and the Grandmaster played how exactly you'd expect, carried the game. But it was very interesting.
So you're telling me not to play right now?
Oh, yeah. And with that
Yeah.
said, Blizzard made a post saying, with yesterday's patch, a number of players unfortunately encountered an issue that caused them to be placed at ranks that were significantly different from where they ended previous season. So it's not the actual matchmaking performance-based adjustment. It's just there was a bug with some of the players with the previous season seed of the MMR.
Mm.
So basically, there are players that benefited. There's a gold player who went 2-8 and ended up in plat, and there's like a streamer, I forget her, for
Steph.
Ferocious. Yeah, Steph. She was a grandmaster, like well above grandmaster, and she got placed in plat too. So basically, if you are doing your placements, you don't know where you're going to end up right now.
So tomorrow morning, sometime tomorrow, they're going to turn off Hero League for an hour and reset all the affected accounts.
Oh, so that means
What?
Tarbaran may be in bronze.
Well, all I have to say is that if you played Hero League right after the patch came out, you got what you deserved.
What?
You got what you deserved. You knew it was
Wow.
coming with that. You knew they were introducing that new performance-based matchmaking. It wasn't going to work the first time.
No, the
To rush into
matchmaking,
that.
the performance-based matchmaking is working as intended. It was just the last season seeding. Some of the accounts got messed up.
Yeah, well,
So
I mean, you all knew that was going to happen on this gigantic patch. If you got placed lower than you're supposed to, that's on you. That's what I think.
What do you think, Bahgz? What do you think about that?
That's on you. You all knew that was going to
Large?
happen.
I mean, I think you could have went in and like, expecting it. Maybe there could have been like a little bit of like a little bit of a bumpy ride, but I don't think that they should have expected that something that had nothing to do with the new performance-based matchmaking to break and throw them from GM to plat or gold to masters.
Are you a week 1, day 1 Hero League grinder?
Me? No.
Yeah.
I won't touch Hero League until like there's no one online to play the game with. Like, so Hero League's like a solo queue thing. So like if I'm gonna play Heroes by myself, that's when I get in there. Otherwise, I could care less. I'd rather go do unranked with like a couple of buddies.
Mm.
And Bahgz, did you where'd you finish the season last season at?
Gold 5.
Oh.
I'm a gold level player.
How many points did you have though?
Wait. I have no idea. Oh, how many points do I have left? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I was in my demotion game, so I kind of left it there. So I didn't fall down to the silver.
That's like the definition of a gold type player right there. I saw your stream, and I think I saw you get to like your demotion game, and then you just stopped, and then that's the end of it.
Well, I mean, before that game happened, I said it was going to be my last one. So to be fair, but yeah, it does. It is a bad look. It does look like I chickened out there.
Yeah. So
And for all you ladies who are afraid for day 1 matchmaking with the new season, grow some balls. I do it every season, baby. And I place exactly where I should.
So Bacon, how would you feel if you were actually like Steph and got placed in plat 1?
I
Or
killed
plats.
myself. I'm like,
Grow some
no,
balls."
I'm skipping this week's podcast.
Wait, when they say reset, does that mean you're just gonna go back to where you were like when you started?
Yeah,
always games
it's
didn't
like a
count.
brand new season for you. So
I would
What
would
a-
assume they. I was just gonna say I'd assume they'd have no placements. They'd have to start the placements over.
Yep.
Is that
Kinda
only
suck.
if you did well? I mean, if you did bad and didn't like your placing, like if you did well, you
Is
say
that
no,
only
it's okay.
for a few accounts? That's not for everybody, right?
they said for all the affected accounts.
So basically, I guess what we're saying is that I don't know. Just wait till tomorrow. Just then do your placement games. I don't know.
I mean, apparently they found what the issue was. So
Anyway, all right. So there you go. So I never got too excited about this whole MMR thing, but Reddit blew up about it. And again, if I was like,
man.
yeah, I know, but I guess if I was like Steph, who's like a solid grandmaster, and you got placed in Plat 2, I'd be really upset. But
and here's the thing, like the game after or the second game after she placed, so she's playing plat level games, and she played Artanis and carried the game hard to win the game for the team, and she got 250 points for that game. So the performance was adjusted for her. It was just the issue of the seeding for the season. So she started
Okay.
low MMR.
within the next calendar year, will Blizzard ever be in a good spot in regards to how players rank up and rank down in Hero League?
No, people are always going to be unhappy because there's going to be too many people, in particular the whiners, who say, I should be ranked higher. I shouldn't be in silver. I should be in gold. It's like, well, if you're that good, why don't you prove it and rank up? But they'd rather complain.
I have a job. I can't play. I have no time.
That's why I'm not good.
But I know in
Otherwise,
my
I'd have
heart.
the Grandmaster.
I had
Yeah,
the
but-
time. I'll be
I mean,
different.
those are valid excuses, but don't fucking complain about it.
Only to a certain extent.
Yeah. But Bags, do you find yourself that, like, if you're honest with yourself, would you say you place around where you'd expect or you want to be, or you feel like you are?
I mean, I don't think
And-
anyone's happy with where they are, but no, I'd say I land where I'm supposed to land for the most part. I've got enough games under my belt to know that, and I've been humbled enough times playing with people better than me.
So if you get placed in Silver 4, will you be happy about that?
If I were to do my play, well,
Oh.
I guess in that case, so I probably wouldn't be happy with it because I know, based on past experience, I play better than that level. But, I guess to put it in perspective, if I had never done Hero League before and got placed in silver, I'd be disappointed in myself. But I'd probably know that enough people have, I don't know, gone through the system that it can't be wrong, right? So
All right.
Well,
So
I mean,
you were sorry. You were a gold 5 demotion, and then you play. Let's say you play player placements, right? And then you placed silver 1,000 points. How would you feel about that?
I mean, that's just, I feel like I had some rough placements, but I'm probably where I'm supposed to be.
But
What I
if you
mean by
go,
that is exactly gold 5
Huh.
demotion. Silver 1 promotion to gold 5 demotion is in the. Anyway, sorry.
But if you go 4 and 6, they're gonna put you in Silver 4 or Silver 5. That's how it's gonna work. It's kind of bullshit, but that's how it works.
I guess, I don't know. You gotta. So that's the thing, right? So if you play a lot of games, and you're trying to grind up, you can swing wildly both ways. There's stories on Reddit of people going from gold 5 and getting all the way up to for example, gold 2, and then I don't know, tanking and finishing the season in silver 3. It can swing pretty wildly, right?
Yeah, no. I just I don't know. I think it's kind of weird because I've heard firsthand stories from win-timers who, started out in mid plat and then grind their way up to low diamond, and then they get unlucky with the placements, and then they're back in mid plat again, which I find very frustrating for sure.
Yeah, the placements are weighted really heavily, so.
Which is, if you think about it, it's so fucking stupid. Because if you're, to use a baseball reference, if you just base the hitter's performance on the last 10 at bats, you're going to judge the quality of that hitter on 10 at bats. That's fucking
It's
insane.
a tiny sample
But
size, yeah.
isn't that what the general fan base does anyway?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not
Like-
a fan
I
of that,
mean,
but
yeah, I guess we,
If a player does like 4 strikeouts in a row, but he's traditionally very good, suddenly some of the fans are like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's
I
a
bet
lot
that
of what have you
happens.
done for me lately out there. Yeah.
I think an educated fan, a fan with any baseball knowledge would not think that. We'll put it that way.
Oh, yeah, but
I would. 'Cause
They would-
4
they call it a
strikeouts is
slump.
Terrible.
Right. They
Yeah,
call it
well,
a
what if
slump.
it's Chris Davis of the A's? He strikes out all the time. Like he still hits 40 bombs. He's still good. Wait. Let's move on from that.
2 quick questions
Yeah.
from the chat. So, Robin of Loxley asks, "Does it show adjustment points during placements?" No, because you're still placing your games, but the adjustment goes into effect after you place. And Sanhas asks, so the new system hypothetically cuts the time to achieve the proper rank. Yes, that's the whole point of the system. So how many games are a valid number to achieve that? So the Bronze 5 to Master Challenge that Blizzard did internally, the guy took 240-ish games to reach with the old system, and he took like 150 with the new system. So that's an extreme example, but it cut the number of games by about a 90 to 100. So, I mean, assuming that model, it should be around halved, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, remember, that's for the largest possible gap in your skill level, right? So if you're
Yeah.
really a gold player and you're in silver, you probably reach gold much faster than 90 games.
Say roughly what, 50 games?
Not really. I don't think you're gonna move up as quick as a lot of people think because you're still, if you're like a silver, you're play silver 5 and you say you should be play silver 1, you're not going to win a shit ton of games. Maybe your win percentage is a steady high 50s win percentage. That's going to take a while to climb unless you're literally dominating the stats in every single game.
No, but the
you're
thing
not
is,
gonna
though,
move up
even when
like
you
that much
lose less
quicker.
points. When you win more points. So you'll hit where you
Yeah,
belong
but you
sooner.
got to be dominating the stats in every single one of those games to move
But-
up.
You
So
got to be
that's
really
why.
far
but
off base.
I'm not saying you're going to climb. I'm saying you're going to go where you need to be sooner. Like, it's not about climbing or falling. It's
but
where do you belong. You'll reach that thing fast.
I don't think it's going to be too much quicker.
And
They
still,
showed
in
it
the
like
end,
that.
you
They
have
showed-
to
showed the
grind it
stats
out.
of it. What are you talking about? They have all these stats showing that it will be quicker.
I didn't say it would be the same or slower. I said it wouldn't be that much quicker.
I guess.
But they showed it wasn't that much quicker.
No.
That was 'cause
That's
there's a
for an extreme
Grandmaster
example of
bronze.
where you started off probably from bronze 5 to plat, winning 85 plus percentage of your game.
Yeah, but
know?
that is the largest possible time frame. Like, that is the most extreme version of it. Other
Alright.
less extreme version.
Yeah, and
is
that's
faster.
where you're
Not gonna have that big of
getting like
number of
half
points.
the
Alright.
total stats of the game at like bronze level of like kills.
I mean, so
damage, so-
a couple things are assumed that there's already a preceded MMR from previous seasons that this player is using, right? So,
Kind of.
all right, you
Until they
gold type
fix it.
player, quiet
No,
down.
no, I'm saying until they fix
just
it, right?
Ah.
Like, I don't want to assume that they have that shit fixed
Yeah.
right now.
Well, it's not gonna be like a magic spell on your account. It's still gonna be the same MMR. It's just the correct one now, going into the reset.
All right. So actually, okay, I think we're just talking in circles again. So I want to kind of end that right now. So since we're talking about Hero League, I want to talk about how to rank up. So this is more for Bahgz and Tower Baron, but if you're in gold, no, sorry, if you're in bronze and you're trying to get out of bronze, what would be some things that you would do? Specifically, what types of characters would you be playing?
That
We'll go to Bahgz
depends.
first. Let's go to
Okay.
Bahgz first.
Sure. For it.
For me, I guess I kind of focus on my strengths, right? So like, I tend to be kind of like an aggressive player and overly aggressive. So if I play someone too squishy, I'll like dive in and I'll just feed. So I always have to play like either tank or a bruiser or something. But I find that like playing a lot of players in lower silver, and I can't really speak for bronze, but I guess I'll throw her under the bus. So when I play with Spoodle, my girlfriend, like the concept of soaking doesn't really like click, right? So
Soak in.
I put a lot of effort into. She doesn't listen, so I find that like there's a big advantage if you put a lot of effort into side soaking, right? So or grabbing camps at opportune times. So I try and do that. Whereas at those levels, a lot of people are just focused on fighting and killing each other, which it's certainly like taking advantage of a 5v3 or a 5v4 situation is nice and all, but it's just sometimes a lot of people give up a lot more macro elements on the table. I couldn't speak what gets you beyond that point because that's where I'm plateaued. So,
All right, Tyrone, what are your thoughts?
All right, so past seasons, you can kind of play this map-based game where you have some sort of specialist like Gazlo or Sylvanas or Zool, and maybe you could kind of take down structures. That's if your goal is just to level up like out of that particular like silver or gold level, because that strat will kind of work on that level. It won't necessarily make you like a better player. We had a discussion about that before, about learning mechanics, and you have to play certain players actually make you have better mechanics, like Vala, I think like Zeratul and things like that, because you'll actually get better. Like you'll have strategies that'll work at higher levels beyond silver and bronze. So with the new changes to the towers and stuff, I'm not sure if the like map strategy, specialist strategy is going to work now. I haven't tried that out, but I think the best way to get out of those particular levels, silver and bronze, is to play a ranged carry. I did it with Vala. I got out of silver and placed gold 4, and it was just
on a Smurf account.
On a Smurf account, still.
Okay.
Still, it was my normal account's silver 5, so that's more than a whole level up. I just played a lot of, like, I guess 3 characters, Varian, Vala, and then like an occasional ETC or something when I couldn't get those 2 characters. But I got really good on 2 characters, especially Vala with the range carry. And then your mechanics get better. And I think if you're trying to play like a tank, it's going to be really difficult, or a healer, it's going to be really difficult. You've got to play damage dealing characters. In the past, I think you've had grandmasters, like they did tests on bronze accounts and they leveled up to masters in a certain number of games. They're not doing that playing Lili, I think. They're doing it playing a damage dealing character. So you have to learn like a damage dealing character and get good mechanics, or characters that require you to have good mechanics and positioning. I think Vala and Zeratul are like really important.
So to jump on what Bahgz said about the wave clear issue at bronze level games, basically I'd recommend just playing Zagara. Not Zool anymore. Zool got nerfed by this changes, but I think Zagara is really good. I think Gazlo's really good as well.
Not necessarily.
Does that get you better? Does that get you better though? Like you'll get out of those particular levels, but like that's not going to work past a certain.
So I'm just talking about bronze right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
So
you guys are underestimating split pushers because of the tower ammo changes, right? But you have to keep in mind that the minions now do more damage and take more damage because they got an increased health buff, and camps, mark camps are significantly better now too. So, personally, from the games I've played, it's the unlimited ammo change is negligible because other changes make up for it. So if you're split pushing, you're still gonna get towers down as fast as previous patches.
All right, I haven't actually tried that out, but
so
that was a strategy.
So to jump back into what I was saying, it's like Zagara's really good. I think Gazlo. I spent like a good 2 months just playing Gazlo straight, but Gazlo can be good in the right hands. Also, I recommend playing Varian at the bronze level. Also playing Lucia if you have to play support, because that's a character that can heal everyone at the same time.
You don't want to be playing any supports if you're trying to.
No, I said if you have to. I mean, if your last pick, you're going to have to play support. That's going to happen. But also learning how to play Sonya is very important too, because you can get camps and just split push with those characters.
Range damage or some type of bruiser with sustain is going to be your best bet, like the Orc.
Yep.
Is last pick is it support like that? Last pick always support in those levels?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, unless there's like a 2-stack and one of them is like one's oil and one's Vala, then that'll happen. But
it's always last pick. If your last pick in silver, probably in low gold. If your last pick, you're supporting. That's how it works.
Yeah.
So Lucio is really good. Is really good support. Also for silver level, I recommend if you need to play tanks, learn how to get good at Leoric. Because if you do the W build, you can kill a tank, and then if you kill the tank, and then you can maybe win a team fight that way. And also, if you do die, you come back faster, so that always helps.
No, it's not even just a W build. It's you can wave clear, so you can wave clear super easy, and it can do damage and has tons of sustain. It's like you're not in a pure tank role. Like you can actually do damage. You have to be a character that's doing damage that could kill people or set up significant kills. Like with like ETC Mosh Pit, you can't be. It's hard to carry as like Johanna or like these other characters. You can do Artanis because he's damaged too, but like Rexar or whatever, it's rough to try to pull that off.
Yeah. So the biggest difference I've noticed is that for silver players, they're aware that they need to soak, but they kind of don't do it half the time. Right. So if you split push, you can if you watch the minimap and split push properly, and you watch the minimap and don't get ganked, you can actually still do that and survive and do well. Yeah. So
the Orc is super good because he can pretty much wave clear like the whole time. In team fights, he has tons of sustain. You can win almost like lane most of the time with Drain Hope. It's he's super strong, I think, especially on certain maps like Braxis or like Dragonshire, which you're kind of in the lane half the time, you know. So it's super strong.
Yeah. So also I recommend using self-sustained characters like Leoric or Sonya as well. Characters like that, those ones I like doing because then I can just dictate what I want to do because I can rotate where I want to go and stuff like that. But yeah, so for gold, I don't really know much to talk about gold because I never played it in a gold level game in Hero League. So,
well, old backpack.
So when I play Hero League, I'm gonna play what I'm good at because the whole point of this MMR adjustment is that as long as you tank well, you tank better than other tanks at your level, you'll go up.
But do you feel playing your placements that, like if you're getting undervalued, like you're not winning the matches you should be because you're playing a tank and you're not playing a more impactful character?
No, I feel like if I, played my tank better, maybe we would have won. Like I am, as Bacon says, be personally responsible. I blame myself for when we lose. I don't blame that Vala who didn't go in on that vault. Oh no, she's bad. It's like, no, it's my fault. I should have dove in. It's
you bad, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. It's my bad. I don't blame my team.
I mean, you're playing here.
I take personal responsibility.
You're playing Hero League without comms, right? It's hard to kind of have someone follow up on you right when you go in. There's this delay.
Yeah, but forfortunately, like if you're ETC, when the team sees you slide in, they follow you, or they should.
Well, maybe gold. Maybe gold's a little bit better, but there's a big delay if you're, I think, initiating tank. And those levels, lower levels, there's like this 2-second gap before people realize, oh wait, he's going in, and then you're half dead. And then
yeah, but even so, man, like if you think you made the right play, if you get a 5-man mosh, and they're like, if your team is just saying, oh, they're dancing for 2 seconds, what can you do? Like, you made the right play, I hope, or you just made a bad mosh. Like you have to say, who's at fault here? Usually it's you. But when I play, I'm gonna be the characters that I'm good with because that's how I'll win. And if I win more at being a tank, I'll probably have to go up just because I play better than other tanks.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree. So let's what about if you're, this is for Scott and Bacon. What if you're like in Plat 1 or like Diamond 3, you want to get to Master and Grandmaster? What are some strategies that you should be employing? Like action items that you should be doing? Is it should be like learning more macro stuff or what?
I mean, the easiest way to move up is to improve your game. You improve your game, you'll be good on any character you play.
Wait, so you can't just pick Gazlo and win? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you guys are talking about one tricking where like
exactly.
You'd be better off improving your game, so that allows you to play more heroes, which for more people is probably more enjoyable than playing like 2 characters. Although if you want to play 2, you can. But
one trick. I mean, honestly, one tricking does work as long as the meta favors it, and you have enough games to grind out, so that the games where it gets outdrafted and people counterban you, that it evens out to a positive win rate.
Yeah, that'll help you move up. But I mean, if you think you're as good as your rank is, you're kidding yourself because you're garbage on all the other characters.
That's true. But we're talking strictly about climbing.
If you hit like, say you're trying to hit like plat. If you hit plat 5 one trick and you can't look yourself in the mirror and say, "Yeah, I'm good. I deserve that." It's
But,
like
I do that every
I
morning,
played one
Scott.
hero.
Every morning I look in the mirror and say I deserve gold 4.
No, but Scott, there are Grandmaster level players that have only played Gazlo or Butcher. There are some that have done that. Bacon has told
Gazlo,
me
I don't know about that. I think
Bacon
there's
has told me
I don't
this.
doubt that, but they're still probably like diamond to master level players on any other character because their game overall is still pretty solid. You know, you gotta analyze. You gotta play to your strengths, figure out what your strengths are, figure out what your weaknesses are, and try and improve your weaknesses while playing to your strengths.
And just general mechanics, looking at the minimap, because those things. I mean, I keep saying it, but y'all bitches don't look at it. God damn it!
Yeah.
I mean, look at that shit once in a while. There's a lot of information there, just for free. All 10 of you motherfuckers get to look at it.
Right. So, hey, Bahgz.
You gotta have a segment, Bacon, around how to interpret the minimap. That's what we need, a segment from you, Bacon, that says how
I
to
can do
interpret
that.
the minimap.
All right.
Say like, there's this stuff on the minimap. What does that mean?
Right.
I'll look at it. I'm
Actually-
like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. Well, anyway, so Bahgz,
I see stuff there, but does that mean I can't go over here? Or,
So Bahgz, do you listen at the do you look at the minimap when you play?
I try to.
Be honest.
No, I try to.
be honest.
I try to. I don't probably look at it as much as I should, but I really do try to, especially as someone who like tries to solo lane a lot. It's your lifeline from getting ganked. But
And that's also your lifeline to gank. Or are they taking a camp? Are they bossing? Where's the objective? And can I take the safe route to the objective or the riskier, more quick route to the objective based on where the enemy heroes are at? Oh, Zero Tool's off the minimap. Where could he possibly be? Maybe I should warn the bottom lane solo laner. Like, that there's a gank incoming. Like, hello.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The more you watch the
Hurrah!
minimap,
Zerator,
the more
bottom.
you're able to predict what the enemy team's going to do, and that allows you to make smart decisions on where you want to play, how you want to play, etc.
So the most important thing to know is that Hero League is meant to be grindy. You're not gonna go if you want to go from silver to plat. It won't happen in like 50 games. You gotta put in the time. You have to be okay with that. And also, you have to not get tilted if your teammates are shit. Because I remember
So
Hero
Fringe,
Physio.
will you be saying that come January of 4th and 11th it was? What was that?
Yeah.
when you do your streams?
I have a little post-it next to my monitor that says, "Play as if my mom is playing with me." So yeah.
Fuck, Mom, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. So I
Mom.
don't. Yeah. So
Hit
I
that
don't really
mosh
do
pit,
that
Mom.
anymore.
What the fuck?
I know. Body block. Body block.
Look at the minimap, bitch.
Go
Well, I
back
would
to
say that.
bronze,
I would say
Mom.
that though.
Be
I would say
aggressive.
bronze. Yeah. So, but again, the most important thing is stutter stepping and looking at the minimap. If you do those two things, you can probably get to like plat 5
And
if you
be
grind it
aggressive.
out properly.
But not plat 4. Impossible.
Impossible. No.
But plat 5,
Unheard of.
yes.
All right. So, anything else about this? About any ideas and strategies for people?
play gray.
You gotta look at minimap, honestly. If you have like if your graphics card has like Nvidia has shadow play where you can set up a button to, if you press it, it saves the last 30 seconds of your gameplay footage. Do that. Press that button every time you die. So look through all your deaths throughout a Hero League game, right? You could say, what could I have done better in this situation, or why did I die?
I need to look into that.
Oh.
That
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
Most graphics cards have like an option where you can like save the last 30 seconds or a minute of footage. It might be a little bit laggy. It might be more for high-end PCs, but it's there for you to use. Yeah, and if you have trouble looking at the minimap, there's timer apps you can look up on your phone to remind you every 30 seconds or 20 seconds to look at the minimap or something. So I use that when I grind it.
Personalized version of that too, if you want.
Yeah.
On the YouTube channel.
All right. So let's talk about the overall impressions now of the new of all the changes. So for those of you who don't know, I'm sure everyone knows. So Bahgz, what do you think about the new changes for the game now?
So I guess The one thing that probably not a lot of people are going to agree with me on is I didn't like we were playing last night and I was talking to Daz about it on the stream and I was like, I can't really tell that like the camera's further out, but it doesn't feel further out. Like Schizo's in chat, we were playing with him as well. Like it was like I gave it one like mouse wheel scroll in and I was like then I could kind of see that. I was like, I guess this is where it used to be. But other than that, I couldn't really tell. The Merc camp seemed a little bit stronger. I don't know exactly how the meta around them is going to completely change yet because I mean some of them have they bring different things to the table now, right? So some of them with the magic armor and then the Hellbats. What do they have? They're like lower magic armor. I don't know.
Lowers your armor. Yep.
Right. So like, so when you have Hellbats, do you want to siege with them? And then like I don't know exactly like are they going to change the play style for a team? I guess I don't know. Will the community get educated enough to find a most optimal way to use these camps and what like the extra layer that they added to them besides just push? I don't know. It's hard to say. Last night when we were playing, we were just grabbing them like we normally would and we're pushing with them. As far as the spawn times, we were kind of trying to figure out how the whole flow of that worked, like when was the best time to grab them and stuff like that, and working around it. So I think a lot of it is still just it's gonna take a lot of games to just get a good feel for it and how to best use all of that. As far as the unlimited ammo and like the weaker towers, I really didn't notice a difference. They're easier to take down and then they shoot longer, I guess. I don't know. That was my take on that.
Oh, yeah. Almost correct. Like one thing to note, it's a minor quibble that it really annoys me. If three or more members are like, trying to take down like a wall or a tower, attack the same turret. Don't split the damage up. Pick a turret and just all attack it and kill it.
No.
Please.
You're investing for more experience later. Right?
Hit one turret. Hit the turret.
It's like
some people are gonna believe that, Bacon.
It's like right now, wow. If someone puts a skull on the mob that needs to die, guaranteed no one will kill it.
Yeah. So please, everyone in bronze and silver and gold, just hit one. Pick one turret. All hit it at the same time. All will be well. All right, go ahead, old backpack.
Most experience scales the longer the game goes, except for buildings. So buildings are a fixed amount of XP, so getting it as soon as possible is more beneficial.
All right. People are actually going to believe you at first comment, Bacon. They're actually going to believe that.
You just
Bro,
salted the field.
Give me that
you know
Oscar,
what I'm gonna
man.
do? I'm going to edit that one little soundbite, put it at the front of the show so everyone thinks that you're serious. All right, go ahead, old backpack.
Oh no, there's one of McIntyre's videos. One of Matt's videos where he talks about the meta that's going to happen with the siege camps, and that they said that healers now are going to start to prioritize healing the spell armor minion. Say when you push with 30 spell armor around everything. So healers that can heal single targets like Morales are much stronger. She can just heal that minion instead of healing a hero and keep that spell armor up for as long as possible.
That is pretty beast.
Yeah, so if you're Rhaegar, use your ancestral.
Yes. Yes.
I don't even think you can.
Ancestral the minion.
Right? Can you de-shield the minion? I don't know.
I think only basic heals work on
But
Mercs because they're basic bitches.
yes. But people like Terazine can't really heal one minion effectively because it's just one W. But people like Morales and Rhaegar can actually target their heal to a minion.
And Uther.
Or Malfurion.
Oh, Lily can also heal minions as long as no heroes
Seriously?
around. Yeah,
Oh.
I learned that the other
But
day.
you have to target the lowest health minion. Well, you can't target anything. You have to just put that minion at the cusp of a radius.
You can't target what minion to heal.
Yeah.
But you can. It's technically possible. As long as you're full health, there's no other heroes around, and there's minions with damage taken. So that's a big list of prerequisites, but it's possible.
You have a full health Lily, you always have a ground.
All right.
So I was talking with Bacon the other day when he was streaming at Bacon Hots on Twitch, and I was talking to like Ganjagoon and some other Windtimers, and they were saying that I guess Ganjagoon is a master level player too, but like the higher level players were all saying that Zeratul is extremely OP now. Right, Bacon?
Yeah.
He's strong. Yeah. The new Might of the Nerazim. It's It's done a lot of favors for him.
Well, someone said, I forget who it was, so I apologize, but someone said they're a stealth Greymane. Zeratul is.
That was me.
Okay.
Yeah. That level 20 upgrade to Maya the Nerazim is insane. It's like 20 seconds. Like before, I think for Zeratul, his rewind was 60 seconds. So you're just rewinding all the time, pretty much. It's like you're doing double cleave all the time. It's awesome. I was playing a few quick match games. They were trash games because each quick match game had no tank. But yeah, it's super strong single target damage.
Zeratul is the only one of the stealth. Well, he's the one that benefits least from being in stealth. Because Nova gains movement speed. Valera, if you're in stealth for 3 seconds, right, you get to jump on players, so you want to be stealth for a minimum duration. Zeratul, just go in, pop him.
He has a talent that gives him movement speed when stealth. I guess you have the talent
BS,
for that, though.
Whatever.
His win percentage is like 30%.
Yeah.
Right now. It doesn't seem as strong as you guys are hyping him up to be.
Well, I played him in try mode and quick match, and his single target damage is super strong, especially level 20, just because he can pop his rewind so frequently.
That is a bunch of buttheads who've never played Zeratul playing Zeratul because, oh my god, he's the new hotness. But I've played with a couple of Zeratuls in my Hero League placements, and they were popping off, to say the least.
Yeah.
So is this a situation where if you're extremely good with him, then he's OP, but if you're not, then he's just like whatever?
Yeah.
No, even if you were kind of good, he's better, I think. The only thing they took away from him really was combo slash, I think. Level 7, level 4. That was it. And they just replaced that with another ability. The one where he scales the damage each hit. He's pretty close to what he was. I mean, I kind of didn't like they took away Grim Task, the one that scales with each death, because that's like the troll talent I like. But other than that, I think he's a lot better. He still has Void Prison. And that's going to be a little bit harder to pop off, I think, because you can see him coming easier when he's moving. But other than that, I think the single target damage is really high. So,
Bahgz, how's stealth been affecting your play?
So we haven't. When we played last night, we didn't run into the only stealthy we ran into was Zera, and it was just one match with him, and he dominated, but not really a very big sample size. That being said, when you're not in a team fight, your ability to see the stealthy was it's obvious, right? But still in a team fight, when you kind of get in the thick of things, at least at my level, or for me personally, I'm not noticing them still because I'm in the thick of things and I'm not really thinking about it. I'm just focused on killing that Lily that's got fast feet and I can't catch up to.
What's cool is that, yeah, you're right. If you're not paying attention, he's basically invisible, just like the previous patch. But I was playing my Hero League placements and I was playing Lucio, and the Zeratul was doing a good job of accessing the squishy backline, and my only job was basically sound barrier whenever Zeratul comes in to do his combo. And I don't know if you saw Fringe, but that was like, where's Zero when the team fight's going on, and then as soon as I see the shadow go in, and then I'm predicting his movements, and then as soon as he comes in, sound barrier's down, he does his combo, and it's completely ineffective, and you negate his ability to team fight, and you just
he's gonna Vorpal Blade back in anyway, right?
Yeah, so
Vorpal Blade in, so
but he's not gonna do any damage. So there's good counterplay. If you're not paying attention, Zeratul's gonna be cancerous like he always was. But if you are paying attention and playing around them, I think there's good balance there to be made. But Valera's 2.75 second silence, that's pretty cancerous.
That seems like not fun at all.
Yeah. Like if you're a tracer and you go up against the Valera, just might as well alt at 4.
So it plays there.
Okay. All right. Sorry. No, I was muted. I was talking to Mosley in chat. All right. All right. So I guess I think it's pretty cool that they standardize the objective spawns now, so that's pretty cool. I don't think anyone has a disagreement with that, right? For the most part.
It feels weird. Like I played like a couple games yesterday, and I didn't notice for the most part, but Battlefield of Eternity, I really noticed that one.
Yeah.
Because like usually around like right before level 4, it spawns, and I think it didn't spawn till around like level 6 or 7, so it just felt super late.
Does that make Vala make? Sorry? Does that mean that Vala is now a must ban now? Because the whole idea of having Vala is that after level 7, that's when she gets OP with her Q abilities, right?
Oh, you mean because she starts stacking it at 4, and that like 2 level more in lane, she gets to get her Q quest started?
Exactly.
I don't think so, because if you're playing really quickly, you're gonna get that first immortal, and you'll have a second immortal usually before you're level 10 anyways. So you're just skipping like that first immortal.
Okay.
I think the biggest change, well, obviously the laning, it feels like an extra minute is actually kind of a long time. You're like, when the fuck is the objective gonna spawn now? But I feel like we'll adjust to that. The biggest change in terms of one single map feeling different, I think it's Cursed Hollow, for sure. Now you know exactly where the next tribute's gonna spawn, and you know 30 seconds beforehand, so no one should be late, not ever. If you're prepared.
A huge change.
Yeah,
because you have like 15 seconds before this patch. It was, I think, about 15 seconds from when it spawned. So if you're like on the other end of the map, it literally took you like 15 seconds if you immediately ran there as soon as it spawned. So
I think it's like 26 seconds from bottom to top lane.
Yeah, but like from anywhere on the map to like the tribute, the furthest part, it was probably 15, maybe like 18 seconds. So yeah, that's a big change, being able to adjust that. Sky Temple seems like it'd feel really long too, with the shrine spawning hell later.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I haven't played that map yet though.
But you also know what shrines are gonna spawn too, and you can play around that. That's the cool thing too. Now you can abuse mark timings better, because you know which lanes are gonna be prioritized based on the objective timings. So especially in Cursed Hollow, if you know it's going to be a top lane, then like, okay, my bottom lane merc is going to get more value than their top lane, like identical merc. So I should probably prioritize that merc 30 seconds before it spawns. And then you also know that on the other team, and maybe you have an invade on that merc camp, or, a little tricky plays like that. That's possible now.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I think I'm very happy with all the changes besides the MMR stuff. But yeah, all right. So let's move on to the team fight analysis. So we have another one. I guess this is becoming a weekly thing now, where we do a replay with us and or the win timers.
You were in this one, Fringe. You're in this one.
Oh God. Let's skip this. Let's skip it right now. So all right, let's.
So I'll give a backdrop to this while Bacon's getting it ready. So this was a game that we all played last Friday, I believe. It was you, me, Old Backpack.
Yeah.
No, it was it was I think earlier or the next morning. We were playing this really tight game with Daz, me, Old Backpack, Fringe, and who was the last person? Was it Grizzly? Might have been Grizzly as Medivh. And we had just gotten a kill on Genji, like late in the game, like right as the Immortals were spawning. And we had this huge advantage, and we almost took down Muradin. But I think something happened. We got off on the wrong foot on the next call, and then we ended up just losing after that next team fight. And it's a tough one to lose. I just wanted to know what went wrong. Was it bad shot calling, bad ability usage, or what? So here it is. Muradin's just about dead. He got over the wall with the Divine Shield, and
yeah. So let's go over this. It's 1919. Same exact experience. Genji on the enemy team dies with 20 seconds left on the Immortal before it spawns, right? So you guys are thinking, oh, we have an advantage. We can probably go in and kill the Muradin. And right now on the right side of the screen, Tyrande is taking your Merc camp and throwing owls at the same time. And the owls are usually landing. The Uther is forced to Divine Shield the Muradin. Muradin pops Avatar 2 to survive, but Muradin survives. And Lunaro is just standing there on the other side of the wall while you're trying to chase the Muradin and just like getting free damage the entire time. And gets the team low enough that you guys start dying. And you guys force Mosh Pit, Ley Line, like Sound Barrier. You use all your heroics and you get nothing out of it. Yep. All at the wild. There's a enemy Merc camp on your top lane pressuring keep. You're getting hit by owls. Lucio is trying to get the enemy side's Merc camp and ends up dying for it.
That's
right?
Fringe, by the way. That's Fringe.
That's a classic Fringe move.
Oh God.
And then the enemy Tyrande, after he gets the camp, goes for a flank, and it's all around crazy.
So
bad.
We had the advantage though when we killed Genji though.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
but
you almost killed Muradin, because as soon as that fails, you guys need to back up. What else are you gonna gain by hovering there?
The Merc camp.
You guys didn't even
All right.
the Merc camp, and Toronto was chunking you guys.
I know. Tell me about
So,
it.
all right. So
We were all on.
this
comms
is
for this, by the way.
this is a classic case of knowing when to back off, right? So it's just being too greedy in a late game scenario. Oh, if we kill this guy, we can kill this guy, snowball it into a win, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what's going on. But, the positioning for the Muradin getting ganked is favorable because Uther's on the opposite side getting free heals off, and, he survives. So, and it's 19 versus 19. Genji's dead with 20 seconds left. On the Immortal spawn, there's 30 seconds left before the Genji's timer. Tyrande, like I said, is on Merc camp. And 2 ultimates are used to save that Muradin. So at this point, you've won. Leave, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You forced 2 heroics. You know where Tyrande is, so get that bitch, right?
Yeah.
Clear top lane to save your keep, right? And try to catch maybe even on your way out, you could have all 5-man focused that enemy Merc camp, grabbed it, and then leave to do the other things. And that also gives you time to maybe get healthy to start DPSing the Immortal. So this is just, I don't need to criticize your micro mistakes, like after you guys failed to get that Muradin, because you guys should not have been there in the first place.
Yeah.
So this is just you guys are seeing red. Should have left.
Is it just I think Backpack trying to be forcing too much aggression? I mean, maybe
yes,
it was
for sure.
The ETC, not the old backpack, but the ETC.
Oh, okay, yeah, the ETC.
Same thing.
The ETC in this case.
Well, so just to explain, like once the Medivh wave came down, I tried to time out the mosh pit to the wave.
Yeah.
But my timing's bad on the
server.
Yeah,
on
that's
the server
that.
No, I mean like my knowledge of what the duration of the Medivh ultimate is bad.
Yeah.
It's 3 seconds.
I thought it was 4.
There you go.
It also shows you a timer, like little timer bar
little
underneath.
bar, I think.
Well, yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
But here's where I see it. So Genji's dead. You guys try to fight. Maybe, this is like natural progression. You try to kill him. You fail
leave.
right here. Divine Shield.
Yeah.
Here, leave.
Yeah.
Get the Merc camp, leave.
Get the
Yeah.
Merc camp and then leave.
Yep. And then you try to catch Tyrande. It's probably too late, but then you also have time to clear the Merc camp on top that's pressuring your keep, and then go tap
There was
Fountain.
also a time here where you could have mosh pitted before.
Yeah, but that's
Right
like
there, mosh pit. Boom. You would have gotten the Muradin and possibly one of the other heroes.
Yeah.
But you wanted to do the mosh pit with the
The ley line.
you wanted to power slide into the mosh pit. So you
No,
held
right
it.
So no, he's talking about like right. There's a point where Muradin and Uther are standing right next to ETC, and
Right
just kind of
after
let
the
him
power
go.
side's in,
Yeah.
boom, mosh
So,
pit. Right there.
here. Yeah, mosh pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was your best time to mosh pit, and
Yep.
you didn't do it.
But
You
those are little
tried
micro
to mosh pit
mistakes.
the other two.
Like ideally, 20 seconds before you would be out of there.
Yeah, we shouldn't even
Yeah,
been there.
we should have left a long time
Yeah.
ago.
Should've
Yeah.
just-
Like
As soon as
fucking
the divine
Taranda's.
shield hit, run away.
Yeah, but you see how
Taranda's
those
like,
things run
here
away
I
now?
am, here I am. Look at me, motherfucker. I'm getting your camp. And I'm getting owl stacks, bitch. Like, pop, 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 right?
Yeah.
For 30 seconds
Also,
straight. Like, you're like,
here,
where the
so-
fuck is this damage coming from? Like, oh, look at the mini map, maybe.
So guys, but so here, look, all 4 of us are leaving, but we have one character doing Merc Camp still. Like, oh shit.
That's right here is her thing. Like, oh my god, there's merc camps on top. So he just kind of leaves and leaves
Yeah,
you all
exactly.
4 to dry.
Yeah. If you guys retreated when you failed to get the Meridian kill, you could have cleared the Merc camps before the objective spawned. So that means your top keep is no longer in jeopardy of getting destroyed if you leave it alone. And you would have had a 30-second window to damage the Immortal with Genji
Or force a fight.
in a
Yeah.
4v5.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you
Yeah,
could
we
have
still
zoned the
fucked up
enemy
the base.
team out and won the Immortal. You could have won the halftime show, up to the halftime show handily, because Genji probably would have been back after the halftime show. But you guys try to be overly aggressive, and there's more of the map than trying to get kills.
All right. So my takeaway from listening to all that, really good feedback is that I think the Vala ruined it for us. Didn't get the damages. I think Daz ruined it.
Oh, who was playing
I
Vala?
was-
Just
I wasn't
asking.
Vala. I was.
Oh.
Daz was
Oh,
Grey
fine.
Main.
Well, then I blame the Gray Main. Not enough damage from the Gray Main.
Grey Main.
All right.
Yeah, he
What-
he
what
hearthed
if-
out first.
What if they weren't aggressive enough and they should have portaled in behind their wall and finished
Yes.
off that
Yeah.
Mura?
That was an
Look,
option.
Playing with the wind timers,
the
that is
mosh
not an
pit.
option.
The if Medivh gives you a shield, can you still be stunned?
Yes.
Yeah, mosh
No.
pit? Yeah, right. It just makes you invulnerable to damage, or
Yes.
okay.
I don't know. It did seem like Grizzly did want to do that though, because he twice put portals over the wall, but no one took them. I don't. And it could have failed spectacularly too. So, but just a counter idea.
Maybe hop over the wall and try to get aggressive on Lunara, but that's an extra level of coordination because if you didn't get Murden like this, you're not going to get Lunara using that kind of
Yeah.
mindset.
Yeah, the people in this game weren't good enough for that level of coordination.
Oh. There
Like,
it
we're not
is.
going to say specifically, but the
I'm just laying it out there. That's
Yeah.
pretty
Well, Yeah, he's
high
right.
level coordination.
yeah.
To
Like,
execute that well, I would expect people to be like diamond level or above. Which, you
What?
know,
Yeah, even then, the
guys
better
are.
and safer option is to back off and set up for a
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
objective phase.
yeah, it's very
So
true.
wait, so it's better to be passive sometimes.
Wait. He said we were just too aggressive.
No,
and
bitch.
got
Your aggressiveness got Genji. And then,
It's smart
That's true.
aggression.
yeah, smart aggression, yeah.
Wait. Who's the rest of this? Who?
Oh, here we go.
I just want to know who played aggressive got Genji.
I mean, even ETC, is that what you want? Even broken clocks are right twice a day. Just kidding.
Alright.
No, that was a good setup.
All right. Well, there you go. There's a team fight analysis. Again, if you play with us on, what was it, Friday nights?
Friday Feed Fest.
Yeah, the Friday Feed Fest.
We may even have Donja Dune be a commentator for the game, if not a player.
Actually, I don't think I've ever played with him. I actually rather play with him than.
He's good.
I've never played with Bahgz either. So.
Yeah, you have. You played it versus him at the Traders of the Storm.
Yeah, he's bad.
What?
He's
Who's
bad.
Bags?
Bads.
I think I played Bahgz at BlizzCon. That doesn't count though.
Here's the thing. Bags. He's a good team player though. Unlike you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, from watching the streams, I would agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to.
I mean
draft.
that clip of Lucio trying to solo a Merc camp says it
You know,
all.
in my mind,
Yeah.
I thought like no, to be honest though, in
It was
my
one hit
mind, I
away.
thought in my mind, I thought we should have had that camp a long time ago.
Yeah,
Like,
but you
that-
know what you do in that circumstance? You say, "Hey, team, creep the Merc camp," because you're
We're all on
Lucio
comps.
and your damage is terrible, and you can't do shit by yourself.
Yeah.
We were all on comps, just so everyone knows. This wasn't like some non-com game where we were all talking to each other during that whole match. So
You don't try and solo any camp as Lucio, ever.
Unless you're Fringe.
Then you're gonna give it an
believe.
honest try.
You feel the beat, Scott, in your heart. You feel that beat.
you guys
Go for it.
like that
Gave it
last.
a good old college try.
Yeah.
I think in Fringe's mind eye right there, like he thought he could like wall ride across the pad and slip
Yeah.
out and like
Exactly.
cap it and
Yeah.
get away without dying.
Yeah.
That's a lot of credit where it's not justified.
Good team player.
Well, the map right before that at Warhead Junction, he was Rhaegar, and who else? And he ended up dying to the boss on Warhead Junction with Rhaegar and who was
Rhaegar
it?
Illidan.
And Illidan,
That was,
Rhaegar
that was like
Illidan.
level 5 though.
He ended up
Good
dying.
lord.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna
Dude,
die,
like,
guys.
I asked you, how'd you die? The termites got me. Like, we did termites.
Those little
They're
termites.
stationary things.
Those little
Yeah.
green termite things.
All right, moving on. Moving on.
You mean banelings?
Yeah,
No, the
those
little
little
termites that
Baneling
explode
things.
from the boss.
Yeah, they look like Banelings.
They're
From
not
Warhead?
stationary. They run towards
In
you.
Warhead.
They're
Well,
They're
yeah,
called-
they
they're
walk
Banelings.
Stop, and there's this
towards
little.
you, into the circle, then pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can
Whenever
get
uh,
away.
You
You
see
can
them
dodge.
coming.
Those are
Whatever.
banelings.
Bahgz and I fail at the like the projected abilities. We just kind of like say to ourselves, "Wow, mechanics are hard," because that's basically what it is. It's like wow,
Yeah.
mechanics. Like,
Yeah, see, Bahgz is nice.
but
why
I
he's on
mean,
the
we say it kind of facetiously, right? Like we're making fun of ourselves. Like that was really easy to dodge, but yet we still fucking failed at it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, see.
plenty of grandmaster level players I see still get hit by the vanilla like boss stomp that he punches the ground.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that
really?
shit happens all the time.
All the time? Seriously?
Well, if you're Zarya, you want that to happen.
Oh god.
Well, it's like I'm a grandmaster level player. We just destroyed the team. Now we're gonna get this boss. Oh, let me tab real quick. Look at my damage. Oh, I get hit by boss stun. Oops. That's probably what happens. Cocky bastards.
Almost forgot, guys. Hero Physio is here in the chat, and I'm wearing my
Wait.
Saskatoon.
Flag.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
So there you go. I'm
Nice.
wearing my
Sweet.
Saskatoon flag. Oh yeah. The wheat
You know,
fields
Hero
of the-
Physio was on Trolling HGC, the latest episode, with
yeah?
Kyoyuzan and
And
the
Bahgz.
owner of LFM Esports, right?
This
And
is a true
Bahgz.
story.
Max
Yeah.
Show. And I'm gonna call him out. He acting all professional because his his boss is there and acting all nice and professional. Like we all know your true colors, Hero. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
F that bitch.
He keeps
Yeah.
you low key though.
Yeah. They'll find out eventually.
Oh. Oh yeah.
I got a
Right.
degree in therapy. I know what's going on. I can help these players.
Here's a massage.
Yeah.
All right.
Just kidding.
No, you're not. All right, let's move on. So we want to do a draft analysis, another segment of that, right, Tyler?
Sure.
That's right. Another one from one of my games again.
So basically, how it works is that we're going to run through a draft where your last pick. So basically, you're on the friendly team. You're on Towers of Doom, and you have Murden, Lili, Falstad, and Kel'Thuzad, and your opponent has Rhaegar, Greymane, Zagara, Varian, and Chromie. So again, you're on Towers of Doom. What character are you choosing? Well, go to Bahgz first. So if you're in the scenario, if your last pick in Hero League, what are you getting?
I mean, I guess if it's the last pick, so this is the problem, right? Like, so not in Hero League, not everyone can play every character. Like if you're looking at this, like you're looking at 5 professionals, they need some sort of invulnerability or protect. So they need like a Medivh or a Tyrael or an Uther because they're clearly going for a blow up comp with the variant and the Chromie and the Greymane, right? Like they're going to just instantly delete someone. So you need some sort of invulnerability or protect. But in Hero League, you don't necessarily get that. So I don't know.
Suppose you're in Gold 5. What are you choosing here?
Yeah, this is for your own level.
So if I'm this guy now, I mean, since I can kind of play Tyrael, I would probably go Tyrael and because I can't play Medivh, and I don't know if I would want to double support with. Maybe I'd either Uther or Tyrael. Probably Tyrael because I feel like I'd be able to do more with Tyrael.
All right. Backpack. What would you? If you're a plat player, what would you get?
A second support, someone like Lucio.
Why?
Why?
You gotta say why. Yeah.
Well, because you want some sort of protection from the Chromie blow up comp, as Bahgz says. Chromie's probably gonna go with the warp back in time. So if you pop your ult, that hero won't die.
Well said. Not what I would select.
So Tarbrand, if you're playing in Silver 5, what are you grabbing here?
Hands down, Zeratul. No thought. Like once I see their last pick, I'm hovering over Zeratul. I'm selecting it before it counts down. I see a lot of squishy characters. They don't really have a strong front tank. Mm-hmm. Maybe variant taunt, but early on he's gonna be weak. So you can have a lot of kills early on. Maybe roll on that. Okay. Chromie too, I think is doesn't have a lot of escapes. Zagara as well, solo laner. Especially with new Zeratul. I go Zeratul hands down.
So Scott, you're at the master level. What are you doing here on this with this draft here?
Pretty hard. It's a pretty shitty team comp for my team that I'd be picking. It's like, I don't even know where Lily fits into the meta. I haven't played with or against her really. She's not good, right? It's like, do I go for a second? Good. You either need a second support or you need a somebody that could be a frontliner to tank so that KT can do his thing. So it's like I don't know. That's a really terrible team comp. It's rough to try and pick something.
This is Hero League. Like you don't get the perfect team comp in Hero League. Sometimes you gotta
play where get team comps this bad usually.
Well, this is probably a Tower Baron game.
It's a Tower Baron game. You got a healer. You got a tank.
Well, Scott, I mean, half the people have to play in drafts like this, so they need help.
Yeah, I don't know.
What can you salvage? What can you salvage?
I'd kind of like maybe go Karazim.
For Palm to counter the blow up.
Nope, I'd go 7-sided and try and isolate whoever Murden and KT. Stun combo. I'd go for the offensive blow up.
But you 7-sided into a variant with protect.
Well, what if he's the one who got stunned? That protect isn't up right away.
Or 7-sided Rhaegar.
They don't have a front line without variant. You get him low, he's got to retreat.
Yeah. I know. I would like to go Sonya here. Just whirlwind the fuck out of him. Just do that.
Yeah, no stuns.
Yeah, no stuns. Just whirlwind the shit out of him, and then make variant go after you, and then Kel'Thuzad, and we'll just fuck everyone up. So fuck it. Just do that.
It'd be hard to get to anybody besides the variant, though.
Yeah.
Particularly the Zagara and the Chromie. The Chromie you should never touch. The Zagara, unless you flank with a spear, you're probably not getting near her either.
Mm-hmm. The problem is that if I was the enemy team, if I was Zagara, I'd want to go Ma, but you can't. If you're going Zagara on Towers of Doom, you probably want to go Nidus Network. But yeah, I would like Sonya for sure here.
What about Bacon?
Arthas.
Oh,
really punished that.
Would you go Syndragosa?
Army.
Okay.
And you punish Greymane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can coordinate. Lily's gonna go cleanse, obviously, for probably Chromie's temporal loop if she goes that, right?
That's
Scott,
not
you're
going to
about to say
happen at the silver level or
No, no,
whatever.
we were saying this is a comp like on whatever level you're at. So he's saying,
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how you do it. Lily goes in with her blinding winds, so Greymane can't do shit. Zagara doesn't do much damage. Varian, he's the only tank, so he can't peel that much, right? And with Muradin's dive, you can just dive in and Q Chromie at free will, and then Arthas has not Zeratul, Greymane all locked up, not able to do anything. And then Falstad and Kel'Thuzad do their shit. Kel'Thuzad also gets help because Arthas is slowing everybody, easier targets to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I have a counter question. What's the worst pick you could do here?
The Lost
Oh, we all-
Vikings.
yeah, I mean,
Oh,
as we
okay.
saw at this con.
Yeah.
Is
Vikings might be pretty good here on Towers of
yeah.
Doom.
Maybe a mid
would
or something.
Abathur be like a really bad idea? I think not, actually.
Abathur?
Yeah.
I think Gazlo's the worst.
Probius, huh? Worse than Probius?
Yeah.
It'll be hard to get value from Abathur because of Zagara.
Well,
in my
couldn't you
opinion.
just couldn't you just go double Lily for the double heals and then hat someone who's about to get hit by the Chromie?
Is
I don't
it
know.
worth picking Lily as a clone target? Like I know all the other healers got nerfed and she got like a buff to her healing, right? Is she decent now or is she terrible? Like
She's still bad. She's
I think
bad
she's
healing.
okay. I think she's above average at the lower levels. We'll put it that way.
yeah, I mean if I'm cloning somebody, it's probably the Muradin, maybe the Falstad.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, so Bacon, is this draft really that bad for the allied team?
It's a team league
It's
game.
very execution based. It's hard. It's gonna be hard to pull off.
Oh, all right.
And you're gonna have if it's a vanilla 5v5 and they're all of equal skill level, the enemy team's comp is easier to pull off. And your carry heroes, Falstad and Kel'Thuzad, they're gonna have to make plays. And if they suck at those heroes or they're just having an off day, then man, you're just completely ineffective.
So, all right, what was the fifth?
It was a character that was not mentioned. It was Stitches.
Oh my god!
Stitches.
What was your
Well,
plan?
it's not that terrible.
I honestly, I kind of don't hate it because it could be a big time if he's a good Stitches. It could be a big time nuisance for them trying to land their combo.
I mean,
Because
if you want to triple down on the execution, execute the gorge and then gust them away and hope that the Muradin times the storm Q to stun and blow up the target.
And pretty much that's what happened. Actually, the allied team ended up winning. Stitches got his hooks, and right as he was hooking him back, Muradin jumps in front, stuns him, and everyone just blows him up. So it all came down to the Stitches hooks, and Stitches has good hooks on Towers of Doom. So
Were you the Stitches?
I was the Stitches.
yeah.
How do you guys
Hey.
Scary.
I picked this draft.
Scott,
Pick?
wait,
Yeah.
Scott, what are your thoughts about Tower Baron going Stitches on this map with this comp? What are your thoughts?
It's a terrible pick.
Why?
You gotta get those angles on the hooks.
You're already in a risky situation with this comp, and
Got triple down.
I think going Stitches, especially with all the tricks and tricky little corners you can get with the Towers of Doom laning setup with the hooks, I don't mind it too much.
The team executed. Once the hook was coming back, KT was dropping his stuff right on the spot. Muradin was jumping in front, and it was just blown up. So
Yeah, except Tower Baron hooks a lot of people that are Diablo's body width away. Kind of defeats the purpose of picking a Stitches, in my
Where's the
opinion.
Diablo? He's
I
in
know
there.
that. There's no. I'm saying a Diablo body width away, so it's basically like slightly out of auto attack range, and he likes to hook those people in. And it's like, dude, that person's like not even trying to run away. Why are you hooking them from that distance?
Yeah, he wants to be there.
That's exactly what happened in our game last week too. We had a garage and he kept flipping over the Arthas into our back line.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You got to hook or
All right.
flip the right people.
All right. Well, there you go. Hopefully that wasn't. Actually,
Hey,
I
not
like
a
these
bad
segments. I actually like the segment where like we can talk about from each level point of view on a draft. I actually like this segment a lot. All right. Well, that's our show for this week. So again, thank you to Bahgz for lowering your standards and joining us
Son of a
again.
bitch, stop saying that.
So Bahgz, again, tell the listeners where they can find your content and what you do.
You can follow me on Twitter at BahgzHGC. I do 2 podcasts about esports. One is Blizzard esports in general. That's the Weekly Blizz I do with my buddy Guaz from high school. We don't record it live. It's done offline. So you're only going to find it on iTunes, Stitchers, basically your typical podcast sources. The other show I do is recorded typically on Wednesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern after the Nexus Trolls. That's called Trolling HGC. It's a Heroes specifically esports show. Cover HGC. We're going to finish up GCWC tomorrow. Amateur esports. We try and get guests on the show every week if we can. Also found on all your podcast sources as well as YouTube. There's a Discord for that. It's the Trolls GG Discord. I'd have to find a link for it though. And then you can also watch me stream irregularly on twitch.tv/Bahgz, where I don't really have a schedule. I'm working on that. I'd like to make it a little more of a standard thing. I guess I've got 3 of the notches down for affiliate status. I just need to get more followers to get there. And you can watch me play against Fringe and Gold League and lose.
So
Get
Bahgz,
salty.
is it confirmed that you may have an HGC caster on the Trolling HGC coming up in the new year?
So it's not confirmed, but we have reached out to several HGC casters. We've had a couple say yes. We just don't have a date locked in and like a guaranteed thing. So it's like kind of confirmed. Can I get say 60% confirmed?
Does one of them have the best hair?
One of them does have the best hair.
Okay, all right.
Two, and we've got the top 2 haired casters.
Wow.
That said they'll come on the show. It's just a matter of getting a date locked down.
Okay, yeah, and I personally recommend. So does Scott, the HGC podcast, because if you actually want to get a deep dive into that world, I'm telling you, like, I swear to God, like, Liquid knows all this stuff. Like, if you played like on a cheerleading team, he knows you know, from like last year. It's fucking insane how much like how much he knows about this stuff. So, I highly recommend it. So give that a listen.
No one else does it in the Heroes podcast community that just focuses on esports, Heroes esports, and
it's a really in-depth look at esports. It's my favorite podcast. Outside of this one, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, you saved yourself. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait. So,
How about
Bacon, what's your favorite HOTS podcast?
Oh, Core, of course. No
Okay,
contest.
All right, let's go to Tara Baron.
And that's our show, and we'll see you in the Nexus.
Did you see his lips? He was licking his lips. Did you see that?
Yeah, he was.
He was like, let me get ready for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys all
Sound
see
the
that?
same with dry lips.
Like, chat, let me know if you saw that. Like, he was like, it was like a Percy set.
Ready.
It was really weird.
Peace.
Yeah, everyone blow ASAP. Now go. Jesus Christ.
He missed it! Last one was so much better.
He missed it!
That's the outro. We're good.
The miss on this station.